No compromise, nothing in regards to the Second Amendment. So the former vice president urges Congress to pass the Pew Pew Angry Fishing Rod bill backed by 10 RINOs. Republicans in name only. And that's who they are. Even though this specific bill of the 5 different subjects in that bill regarding gun control is will have anything to do to curb violence in Democrat-held poop holes, it's just not. But they're going to try it. And it's probably going to get passed because now it's filibuster proof because of the 10 RINOs. The measure, which is backed by the 10 RINOs in the Senate, would eliminate the straw purchasing of firearms, which is already illegal, by the way, fund mental health resources for families and children, which should already be there regardless, enhance protections of domestic violence victims, again, why isn't this a thing already, and increase funding for school safety and initiatives around mental health. Why isn't this, again, something that's not already out there right now? It's basically like this. They don't pass these bills early on 20 years ago. They wait till, well, they could use it for political, something to use for a campaign ad. This has nothing to do with helping people not get, aired out. It has nothing to do with it. This is all political grandstanding, especially for the RINOs. And you really think you 10 RINOs out there, some of you are pretty safe, like Susan Collins. Unfortunately, Lindsey Graham is safe. John Cornyn. All of these RINOs, they don't really care. Mitt Romney, he doesn't. Do you think Mitt Romney has any? He's not going to get fired out or yeeted out of the Senate in Utah. It's just not going to happen. People are so pissed off, probably really pissed off at him, but what are they going to do? Notably, the framework bill includes a so-called red flag provision, which definitely unconstitutional, but that will never stop politicians from actually trying to do it. And it allows resources to states and tribes to create and administer laws that help ensure deadly weapons are kept out of the hands of individuals whom a court has determined to be a significant danger to themselves or others. Here's the problem here, okay? This is a definite terrible problem because this will be weaponized against anybody and everybody that's against this illegitimate regime, this potato, this piece of trash human being we call the former vice president, Joe Potato Biden. Anybody that has questions a school board, guess what? They're going to call the cops. Red flag. This woman with 2 kids, single mom, she might do something. She might have a gun and come to... Or some politician doesn't like their candidate that's running against them. Just call the police on them. Red flag laws. He said something spicy. Or you dare go to protest your government to redress your grievances. Red flag law. You went to a violent protest, even though it wasn't violent, but it was. But you see where this is going. These red flag laws will be used against anybody and everybody on the right side of the political spectrum, including you normies out there, if you don't get your crap together and understand what the hell's going on. The potato, however, said the bill does not do everything that I think is needed. Because don't worry, folks and boys and girls in Lazoland, he's going to do that later on. You see, this is just the first volley of shots against the Second Amendment. There's other stuff coming in behind it because they've already passed it, by the way, like magazine restrictions. I think they want to do something with ammunition purchases. They want to do something. One of the guys wanted like 1,000% tax on AR-15 lowers. Yeah, that's not infringing on my constitutional rights. No, not at all. In recent days, Biden publicly said he would back bills that ban magazines that carry 10 rounds or more, which are very common and are owned by millions of Americans, and so-called assault weapons, a term that some Republicans have said is not clearly defined, which it's not, as intentionally vague, which it is. Some Democrats have called for the bans of semi-automatic rifles, which is pretty much everything. A bolt-action rifle, technically, yes, you guessed it, is semi-automatic. You guessed it, single-shot shotgun is semi-automatic. Everything is semi-automatic. It just depends how you classify it. Handguns are semi-automatic. You get where this is going, right? A 6-shot revolver is, you guessed it, semi-automatic. They don't care. They're going to do everything they're possible within their purview to reduce your liberties and screw you at any chance they get, and this is what they're going to do. And when the RINOs help out, this is not helping us out at all. Unfortunately, it's going to get wrapped up in the courts, and who the hell knows if this is actually going to, they're actually going to uphold the Second Amendment. I'm guarantee you maybe there's at best 4 Supreme Court justices that may hold up the Second Amendment. And there's a couple of P's out there, meaning that possibilities that, Roberts will flip, or who's the other guy? Kavanaugh may flip on this. Who knows? It just depends on if they got the right amount of brand that morning, going Shawshanking through their freaking intestines. You don't know how they're going to spin this or rule on it. You just don't know. So a well-cited PDF released by the Justice Department discovered that assault weapons were rarely used in gun crimes, but it concluded that the 1994 ban on them may have had a larger impact if it remained in place after 2004. Debatable and highly dubious. The flurry of legislative action comes after several high-profile cases. We know a federal red flag law would create millions of second-class citizens, wrote Thomas Massey of Kentucky. It would. It won't stop mass shooters. It won't. But it will deprive millions of Americans of due process and their Second Amendment rights. Exactly. Because you understand what these red flags... red flags. That's essentially what it is. They're flogging the crap out of you. Red flag laws do. Like I was basically ranting on a couple minutes ago. Basically, it's like this. You don't like your next door neighbor, and you know he's got guns. You could just report on him anonymously. Say, hey, police officer, my neighbor... I don't trust him. He was yelling at me. He said he was going to bring out a gun and hurt me and blah, blah, blah. Bam. They kick down his door. At best, nothing happens to him, and they confiscate his guns, and he's got to go through a long, lethal, hopefully not lethal, but lengthy legal process to receive his firearms back. And that may not even happen because it's been known for a fact that once you get your weapons taken away, it's damn near impossible and extremely expensive to retrieve them or get them back lawfully. So probably the best thing you could do is buy new ones. Oh, that's right. You can't because you've been red frickin' flagged. And there you have it, folks. If you piss your neighbors off, or if you don't even piss them, let's say that you have the wrong political ideology. You have the wrong campaign sign in front of your house. Well, guess what? You're going to get hosed. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. And it doesn't go, unfortunately, and it doesn't circle back the other way. You do that in the left, nothing happens to them. It just seems that all the ire and all the anger is towards the right. But when you try to redirect it, it gets blocked by the mainstream media and government. They're like, no, it's okay. Oh, you're firebombing a courthouse for a month? You're fine. You're good. You don't even have to go to jail. Do some community service. Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to do community service anymore. Oh, God. And here's the biggest lie in the world. We're not going to put a piece of legislation on the table that will ban assault weapons or pass comprehensive background checks, Murphy told. This is Chris Murphy, another piece of human trash, liberal, goddamn son of a gun. Right now, people in this country want us to make progress. They just don't want the status quo to continue over another 30 years. See, they know they can't get rid of the Second Amendment by repealing the Second Amendment. But they can give you 1,000 cuts until finally, yeah, you got the Second Amendment, but it's damn near impossible to either buy a gun, a rifle, or ammunition, or any accoutrement you could put on top of it. That's what they want to do. They know they can't remove the Second Amendment. They know that for a fact. They can't. Damn near impossible. Matter of fact, I think it's 100% impossible. But what they can do, they can legislate it to death, and that's what they want to do. They want to put so many roadblocks, even though, by the way, the Second Amendment says in its glorious one paragraph, shall not be infringed. And what does shall not be infringed mean? When you put barriers to purchase firearms, that is infringing on the Second Amendment. But that's where we're at, folks. This is the first volley. Expect more shenanigans, expect more gaslighting, expect more RINOs to just flip on this, all of this, and reduce your liberties and screw you at every chance they can get. Screw those RINOs, and especially double screw the frickin' filthy Democrat liberal pieces of human trash. They deserve nothing but scorn and ridicule.